Hey, what's going on YouTube? In this video, I'm going to be talking about the two certifications that I had that I think were the most valuable when trying to level up from generalist in IT into cybersecurity. Now, before I dive into these certifications and why I think they were helpful, I want to make sure to emphasize that these certifications aren't the deal breaker that helped me get the job, but they were helpful as far as filling in that white space on my resume and helping kind of solidify some of the skill sets that I did have, that I did already develop when getting the job. The reason why I say that is because a lot of people get this mixed up. They think that certifications are the golden ticket to getting you the job. Not necessarily the case. They can be helpful. I'm not here to try to tell you, no, don't do this. It's not like the end of the world if you go and get a certification. I have several of them. I've had even more. But I know a lot of people out there that just go out there and get certifications. They don't develop the skills and they can't land the job, and that's the reason why. Skills equate to value. Value is what the company is looking for. They want you to provide value for them so that you can actually do the work. They can entrust you with the work. Now, bridging that gap, building that trust between you as a practitioner and the hiring manager is where you can start the conversation with having a certification. It kind of helps bridge that trust or build that trust from the get-go. Then you can have the conversation, really talk about the skill sets you've been working on, that you've been developing, and really sell them on that so they can get you, they're more comfortable with bringing you in, hiring you, and giving you some actual work to do so you can go and do it and you can get that high-paying job. So that being said, what are the certifications? All right, so they are two. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you this is not going to be applicable to all different cybersecurity jobs. Like, there's all different specialties in cybersecurity, right? Just like in medicine or in law, like if you talk medicine, you're going to be a doctor, right? Many times. That's one specialty, or that's one career path within medicine. Go and become a doctor. But what kind of doctor? You've got children's doctors, you've got heart doctors, you've got surgeons that specialize in different parts of the body. They have a specialty, okay? Same thing applies in cybersecurity. When somebody comes to me and says, hey, Nick, I want to become a cybersecurity professional, my first question to them is going to be, awesome. What kind of cybersecurity professional? Because there's all different types of specialties that you can go down. Now, when we think about specialties, this is going to determine the types of skills that you work on building and acquiring, but also can reflect the types of certifications you get. If you want to become a penetration tester or a hacker, the types of skills and certifications you're going to go and acquire are going to be very different than if you wanted to become a governance, risk, and compliance specialist, or if you wanted to become a cloud security professional. They just look different. So that's why I want you to get crystal clear on who you want to be when you grow up, what kind of cybersecurity professional do you want to be, and then work backwards. If you're like, all right, this is the target, now I need to identify what are the skills for that role and what kind of credentials would the employer like to see from me so I have the best chances of getting that opportunity. So that being said, let's go ahead and talk through what are those types of qualifications and what did I do. So when I was working in IT, I was a generalist. I had a little bit of networking knowledge. I had a little bit of help desk, a little bit of systems engineering and administration, a little bit of Linux, a little bit of everything, right? Did a lot of security in all of those different facets and different areas, but I really wanted to find out what is that doctor specialty in cybersecurity or within IT that will help me make more money, because I had a family, I had needs, and I wanted to make sure I was meeting those with the finances that I was bringing in. So how do we level up the skills to get there, right? That is the key point. So what I did was I pinpointed, all right, I know that the cloud is growing. I know that I like cybersecurity. What can I do within that area? So I identified a specific role called a cloud security engineer or an architect. And so I decided, let me try and identify what specifically do companies look for in those jobs, what kind of skill sets and what kind of qualifications, and let me target that. So the types of certifications that I obtained were two that I think were the most critical in helping me land the job. One was the CompTIA Security Plus. Now, this I identified as the best one to go and get because it didn't require a lot of prior requisites or requirements in order for me to actually obtain the certification. If you go with the SSCP from ISC Square, they do require 1 year prior experience, which I had, and I actually got that certification anyways. But I know from a general basis, some people don't have that. And so I thought that the Security Plus was good, and I got that one. The other one I thought was the other reason that I thought was very good was it gave me a general understanding at a very high level of all things cybersecurity. This is like it's an inch deep, mile wide, gives you a broad span of all different things in cyber and in tech, and helps you get a well-rounded understanding of the world of cybersecurity. By no means are you going to know how to do anything, which is why I emphasize developing the skills. But as far as getting an awareness and having a credential that is somewhat decent to put on your resume, I think the Security Plus is a nice one to get. Now, if you want to go and get the SSCP, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. The two certifications are almost identical in the types of things that you're going to be asked when you go and sit for the exam. I think the SSCP carries a little bit more weight just because it comes from the same certification provider as the CISSP, which is like the holy grail of certifications in cybersecurity. So I like that. I like the credibility. I like that fewer people have it. And I also like that it does help cement and solidify a lot of the cybersecurity skills and knowledge that you should know when getting this type of job. The other certification that I went after was the AWS Solution Architect Associate. Now, this certification is a cloud certification specific to Amazon Web Services. Now, you're going to have Azure, you're going to have Google Cloud, Oracle Cloud has their own certifications as well. This one is specific to Amazon. Now, the reason why I chose Amazon was because Amazon Web Services, or AWS, is the top tier leader. They are the Gartner Magic Quadrant leader when it comes to cloud services across the entire world. This means that most companies use AWS to some degree. AWS is very, very strong. They're very, very matured, and they have very good customer service as far as supporting businesses that are looking to build infrastructure or servers, host applications, store their data. They do it all. They even do some cool stuff such as providing solutions for game development and cloud support operations to like space satellites and stuff like that. So you really have a lot of opportunity to use all kinds of things to your imagination, and they really help serve that with people that are looking to leverage AWS or any cloud type of solution and power. So I decided to go for the AWS Solution Architect Associate, and that gave me a very strong understanding of AWS Cloud specifically. Now, later on in the future, I did explore other cloud providers, and I didn't feel like I needed to go and do a whole lot of relearning on a new cloud provider because I understood AWS very well. I had a lot of strength in AWS, and so I knew that well, and it helped build the trust with the hiring managers because they saw that not only did I have the certifications, but I had done a lot of projects and I had worked a lot in the cloud in order to obtain the right prerequisites and experience to deliver on the things that they needed. Did I have exactly what they needed? No, I didn't have a ton of prior experience working on FedRAMP projects for cloud environments. I don't even think I knew what that was at the time. But when I had some of the basics, like basics, the security knowledge, basics, the cloud knowledge, I had a wealth of trying things out and playing with it on my own, a lot of experience doing that. That was enough for me to mush the two together and package this and kind of sell myself to the hiring manager who gave me a chance. They gave me an opportunity. Now, this is why I say this is very important to marry the two. If you are trying to get a job in cybersecurity, the cloud is a great place to go down. But if you are one of those people that is solely dependent on certifications and you're thinking you just have to get one cert after the other and another degree and another degree, let me tell you something. You are wasting your time and your money. If you want to get a job in cybersecurity, it's a good idea to focus on skill development. I know plenty of people who have gotten a job in IT, in cybersecurity, in the cloud, and don't even have a certification. But because they knew the skills well enough, they could go and land the job. The certification is going to be a component, a conversation piece that will help open the door or open more doors for you as you enter into the workforce, as you go out there and look for jobs. So if you really want the magic duo for getting that job in cybersecurity, I highly recommend that you get your skills, develop the skills. And if you need some assistance, if you need that like little gasoline to your fire, go ahead and get one of those certifications, because that's really going to help start some of those conversations with recruiters and with hiring managers that are looking to bring you on as a specialist in their team. I can assure you, a lot of people are still hiring, despite what you hear online. Lots of companies are hiring. When I go on job boards, I still see tens of thousands of job opportunities within our specialty: cloud security, application security, the whole 9 yards, what we call security engineering. And when you marry these two, you're going to have a lot of luck pursuing one of those job opportunities. So that's what I've got for you. Those are the two certs that I had, the Security Plus and the AWS Solution Architect Associate. If you're looking to really kickstart and try to get a job, and you're really trying to find the fastest way to do this with least resistance, if you were to go get certified, I recommend going for those two, but don't forget the skills. The reason why I'm emphasizing this is because so many people, they only focus on the exams, they only focus on the certs. That's not enough. We got to get the skills. We have to have projects that you're working on, build a portfolio, show that you're doing the work. And when you marry the two, you're going to have a lot of luck. All right. I hope this was helpful. God bless. I'll see you in the next video.